2012 was a life-changing year for me. In May, I got pregnant, and then I found out I was having a high-risk pregnancy, requiring me to be on bed rest for 16 hours a day on my side. So to kill time and entertain myself, I decided to go on Amazon.com and buy all the highly rated parenting books and started reading them. The more I read, the more confident I got about my ability to take on this new challenge. I knew it was going to be hard, but in typical Vidita fashion, I had figured out everything that could potentially go wrong and then come up with mitigation strategies to address those challenges. So here I was, ready to take this on. And then came Zara, a very happy and healthy baby, 4.5 pounds, 17.5 inches long, with a vocal capacity of 88 decibels. Those first few moments were so precious. The first few years, not so much. I went back to taking a full-time job, which was very stressful. My husband, Sandeep, was trying to start a new business, so he also was working really long hours. We hired a full-time nanny to take care of Zara. Zara was spending a lot of time with the nanny. So not surprisingly, Zara got really attached to the nanny. And this really bothered me. But then I remembered, in one of the books that I had read, Sheryl Sandberg, in her book Lean In, talked about being in the exact same predicament that I was in. So I was like, hey, Sheryl went through this, you're going through this, it's really no big deal. Just don't sweat it. But that advice was really hard for me to hold on to. The evenings got progressively harder, and the weekends were even worse. Much of what I had read in those books was just not working for me on a daily basis. And it didn't take me long to figure out that there was somebody else in the house who had it all figured out. Sandeep knew exactly what to say, how to say it, what to do, when to do it, how to do it. He essentially had the motherly instinct that was supposed to be mine. It was my precious gift for carrying our child for 9 months. And for the first time in my life, I was jealous of Sandeep. How could it be that I was so successful at work, getting stellar performance reviews, and at home I couldn't even put Legos together? It really frustrated me to see that, and I carried this frustration into work every day. So I distinctly remember that day in June 2015. I was basically running from meeting to meeting, trying to cope with everything that was being thrown at me that day. And it was Zara's wellness appointment at 2 p.m. that day. And I didn't want to be late. But despite my best intentions, I was late. So I showed up, the appointment went really well. Zara was thriving as a toddler. And then when the appointment was over, Sandeep took Zara back to the car while I waited there in the office, in this really tiny space, probably 10 feet by 5 feet, waiting for my pediatrician to print her growth charts. So here I was, standing there, very lost in my thoughts and just staring at the ground. And she looked at me. And she said, "So how's it going?" I have no idea what it was about those words, but the next thing I knew, I was crying. And this was no gentle cry. This was really loud and ugly with lots of Kleenex, smudged eyeliner. I was a mess. And I don't know what it was. There was nothing special about what she said, but it was as if she knew exactly what was going on in my mind. She'd probably seen this before. But for me, it was a first. And I was standing there feeling really lost and completely defeated by motherhood. It took me several days to process what had occurred, and I think I finally figured it out. From the day I got pregnant, and possibly even before I conceived, I had this image of this perfect mom, this mom who's on time for all her appointments. Her house looks really clean. The sink is not piled with dirty dishes. The laundry is completely taken care of, tucked away in drawers. She organizes play dates for her daughter. She reads to her daughter, probably in more than 2 languages. And she's on top of it. And I was miles away from achieving any of this on a consistent basis. And this really bothered me. It made me frustrated and angry, which made me restless in my own skin. And my daughter could feel that, which is why she was running away from me, making me feel worse, and this cycle just continued. So I have spent a lot of time thinking about this, and many whiteboard sessions later, I think I've finally cracked the code on this internal dichotomy of a personality trait that is so ingrained in me. So on one hand, this continuous strive for perfection leads to stress, anxiety. It lowers my confidence levels. It makes me unsure of myself. And in many ways, it really increases my desire to be accepted in this world. It's what made those first few years with Zara really hard. But on the other hand, it's this strive for perfection that results in beautiful products, whether that is at work or at home in the kitchen. You can ask my husband about every meal that I cook. It is done in the absolute hard way. There are no shortcuts. But I think what it results in is a perfect meal, or at least perfect from my standards. And it makes me happy. So, and I really cannot forget that it is that perfection that got me to the GSB. This dichotomy is really tense, but this tension is beautiful. It exists even today. What does not exist today, though, is this constant agony to try to fight it. Because what I've realized is that at my core, I'm a perfectionist. I just cannot change that. What I can change is how and when I apply it to my life. And because essentially what I don't do anymore is try to apply this perfectionism to relationships. Because relationships are not like recipes. 2 tablespoons of love and 3 teaspoons of compassion does not equal a happy baby. Letting my guard down to really be myself and who I am is what makes me the mom I want to be. And it is this imperfect mom that Zara loves. Thank you.